If you want to know how I go from looking like this to this, then just keep on watching, baby. Hi divas, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I recently put a poll on my Instagram story asking you guys what you want to see from me in terms of YouTube content. And a huge majority of you said makeup tutorials, which kind of left me gagged because I didn't realize people still watched makeup tutorials. I thought they were something that we just left back in 2016 to like 2018. But I'm down. I love makeup, and I recently just perfected my go-to emo hair and makeup, and so that is what I'm going to teach you guys today. Okay, I don't want to waste any time. Let's get into it. So you know you can't build a proper house without a solid foundation, and I am of course talking about skincare. I'm not going to go into the full like wash and set of what I do every single time I do my skincare, but before I do my makeup, I really like to have a smooth and glowy finish to build on top of. So in the morning after I wash my face, I will go in with tonic pads or tonic water. These are both by Pixie, and these will gently exfoliate to kind of reveal that youthful glowy finish that I also get from exfoliating my face 1 to 2 times a week. And after going in with tonic, I will put on these little under eye patches because I have really dark under eye circles and I have really dry under eyes, and these will help replenish that and kind of plump up the skin, getting ready for that concealer, you know what I'm saying? And then finally I'll go in with a moisturizer, and this one is the Hydra Intensive Hydration from Drunk Elephant. I literally hate talking about skincare. Let's just get on to the fierceness of the beat. Okay. Alright, I'm priming with NYX Bear With Me primer. This is a jelly primer. As you can see, it's kind of like a slime. It's giving slime. It's like a fidget toy. But I recently discovered this, and I'm so glad I did because it is so hydrating. As you can see, it just like plumps the skin right off. Okay, immediately following that up with the Kosas Revealer foundation. I work all my product on my hands before putting it on my face because I feel like it just kind of warms up the product and it gives you more control over like where you're placing it on the skin. But this is just a little stipple brush, pick up some product on my hand, and then I'm working in small sections, just trying to get everything really nicely blended. If you want to get that silky smooth like satin finish, or if you have problems with your makeup starting to pill, you're going to want to use a water-based primer with a water-based foundation, or use a silicone-based primer with a silicone-based foundation. I used to have a lot of issues with my makeup like not applying nicely and also not wearing nicely. It was very patchy. Again, the pilling was a big problem. Discovering that like little bit of makeup science like truly rescued my makeup routine, and now like this base combination, it's everything. It's my tried and true. Then I'm going in with this Pixie color correcting pencil and just color correcting my dark circles as well as my eyebrows, a little bit of my mustache line, and this is just gonna cancel out any of the blue tones I have on my face to make for a more even application. And between all my cream products, I'm going in with a damp beauty blender, and I am just going to blend it in a little bit more. This will just soak up any excess product and blend it down just a little extra. I forget who told me this or where I heard it, but someone said, if you think your makeup is blended, blend it a little bit more. And I will always live by that. When I tell you this is the best concealer on the market, this is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. It is just like pure magic. It applies so beautifully. And again, I'm just warming this up on the back of my hand with a smaller brush, and again this just gives me control over where I'm placing the concealer. I'm kind of technical about how I do my makeup. I always have been, and I really like taking my time because it's just a therapeutic experience, and I love just looking like perfect, like a doll, you know what I'm saying? But I'm literally just tapping this under my eyes, and I'm really not going in with a lot of product. I think my biggest pet peeve is when beauty influencers literally just take the concealer and they smear it underneath their eye. Like, if you want the key to cakey makeup, take advice from them, ladies. And I'm also putting some concealer on my brow bone to cover up the color correcting, as well as my mustache line. I guess I could just call it like my upper lip. I always call it my mustache area. And then the little blemishes. And again, we're gonna blend that out with the beauty blender, and I'm gonna do one half of my face so you can see what this little extra blending really does for the face. I mean, maybe it'll look like nothing. No, it looks the same. Trust me, it does something. Okay, now before we go in with the contour and the blush, I'm gonna set my face. This is the Milk Hydro Grip setting spray, favorite setting spray in the world. We're gonna let that dry down, but before we go in with contour and blush, we're also going to set the under eyes to make sure no creasing happens while we're working on the rest of the face. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Perfecting Powder. It just does such a good job at blurring out the skin. And again, I'm just setting right underneath the eyes while I work on the rest of the face. Okay, for contour, please don't make fun of me. This product is so beat up. But this is the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Contouring Cream, and I use this shade. Now, not a lot of bronzers or contours are fair skin friendly. They tend to make me look really orange, and I don't appreciate that. So this one, just by using a little bit, right, on the stipple brush, and we're just going to work it into our hand with the foundation that we had on there before, and this will make just like a true contour shade for me. Now when I apply it, using the highest point of our cheekbone as our guideline, and we start blending up, this is just going to give us such a beautiful natural contour, as you can see, and it really brings the face up. What we are not going to be doing with this contour is dragging it down our cheekbone. That is going to do no favors for you. That is only going to make your face look saggy and droopy and not snatched and lifted like the contour is doing here. I'm also just going to bring it on the sides of my neck a little bit, as well as just a little bit on my temples. And now we are gonna go in for nose contour, which I'm going to be so real with you guys. It is a 50-50 chance every single time I do my nose contour whether or not it's going to come out good, but I'll still tell you what I do. So again, we're using that leftover product on the hand, and the first thing I'm gonna do is go right here on the tip of my nose to lift it up a little. We're gonna bring our nostrils up so it has a more upturned look, and then a little bit on the top of the nose. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna push my nose up and just go right there in the line that my nose naturally creates, and that's going to be the top shadow. For the sides of my nose, I'm turning my face to the side so that I see only this part, and I'm gonna start applying the shadow and bringing it up to the brow bone. And that will more accurately show where that line is supposed to go. Okay, I would say this is like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 nose for today. I am then just setting the very sides of my nose to kind of snatch it in a little bit more. And then we're gonna give one pass over the whole nose to set it. For my blush, I'm using this cream blush by Milk in the shade Quickie, and I'm just applying this with my finger. I feel like my personal blush placement looks best on the tops of my cheekbones like this, but if you have a different face shape than me, then your blush placement will probably be different than mine. Okay, all the creams are placed beautifully. Now we're just going to do a little extra setting on these creams. This is a ColourPop pink blush that I feel like just brightens my face up really nicely and gives a good color to it. And I'm also just going to take the blush over my nose a little bit to marry all these colors together. I'm setting my contour with this MAC Cool Toned eyeshadow because, again, it is so hard to find a good cool toned contour shade for fair skin. And now I'm just using a very little bit of shadow on my nose because we don't want to make the nose contour too dramatic. Okay, final base product. I know this was kind of long and annoying because, again, I'm very technical about the way I apply it, so maybe it's a little boring, I'm sorry. Okay, but for highlighter, this is the one product that I found that gives me the most beautiful, natural highlight. And again, please don't make fun of me because this product has seen some shit. But this is the Rabanne or Rabanne, I don't know how to pronounce this. It is the Metal Shot Metal Amplifier. And so I'm just putting the littlest bit on my hand. See how tiny that is? A little goes a really long way with this product, and I'm gonna apply it with my finger. But as I start to work it into the skin, I mean, come on, you can see the power of this product. And like I said, it has the most beautiful glisten. I think this is honestly like not just my favorite highlighter, but my favorite makeup product in the world. Not Spawn, but it's fierce. Okay, that's the end of the base. We're gonna go ahead and set her. Okay, and I'm telling you guys, this base is going to look like this all day long. Love this base routine. Okay, now we're moving on to the fun part, the eyes. This is what is going to really seal the deal. So I'm priming my eyes with this MAC Prep and Prime eyeshadow primer. Next, we are going in with About Face Fluid Eye Paint in black and a flat brush. I'm just going to pick up some of this product off the applicator, and then we can start building our shape. So I like to first just pretty much cover the lid with black. And don't worry about it being perfect because we're going to go in and perfect it at the end. Okay, the lid is covered in black. Now, while opening my eye, I'm going to start to create the shape that we want. So I'm going to bring this up just a little bit over the lid, ever so slightly. So you can still see that crease when your eye is open. And then using this line right here underneath your eye, I'm gonna drag it up. And this is going to create our outer corner that we can just go ahead and connect the lid. And I'm bringing this outer corner up ever so slightly so we don't get that like drooped eye effect. This is gonna ensure the eye is lifted. Okay, once the shape is made, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of this product. And so that is the shape we're trying to create. Okay, so once you're happy with the shape, you can go ahead with a little bit of a fluffier brush and just blend out those very edges. Then I'm just setting that shape we created with some more powder. And I learned this trick from Erin Parsons Makeup, who learned it from clowns. And this technique is called wet to dry. This is just going to really ensure that we don't get that creasing. I'm gonna go ahead and put on one more layer of this black. And then we're going in with a black eyeshadow. This one is by MAC, and we're just going to set over that one more time. And then I'm gonna blend out the top with a light gray eyeshadow. This one is from the ColourPop Naruto palette. Okay, and then for the inner corner and the bottom lash line, I'm just going to use a gel eyeliner pencil. This is literally from the dollar store. And then we're going to start creating our inner corner. I just follow the shape that my eye already goes, and I do the same thing for the bottom. I'm keeping the inner corner a little thicker than the rest of my under eye because I want to create that snatched look, make it a little bit more upturned, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do our waterline while we're in there. And then very little brush, we're going to just smoke it out a little bit. And then set that eyeliner with a little bit of black eyeshadow. And that is our eyeshadow. When you start to look like a raccoon, that's how you know you did it right. Okay, and that is one eye done. I'm just going to copy and paste it onto the other one. Okay, now that the eyes are matching and we're looking raccoon-like, I'm gonna go back for false lashes, but first we're gonna do my iconic little skinny, little tiny eyebrows. I'm taking a tiny little angle brush and that same gel eyeliner that we were using on our waterline. And I need like uber concentration. Again, brows are another thing that come out good 50% of the time. It is a gamble, but let's see. Not me doing that. Not me capturing that on camera caught in 4K. That's a perfect brown one swipe. Okay. I'm not gonna get too cocky with it because this other one's gonna turn out like shit, I'm sure. Okay, thoughts and prayers, everybody. Whoa, that's really symmetrical, man. The eyebrow gods are in my favor today. Oh my god. Okay, this makes me so happy because usually I'm sat here for like 15 minutes trying to get like them perfected. Okay, and then once the initial shape is there, I'm just gonna set it one more time. Go in with a little bit more black shadow just to deepen it up. And then we're cleaning up the brow with just a little of concealer. Okay, for finishing touches, I'm just going in with a little white glitter. This is by Pixie in the shade Crystalline. And I'm just applying this by my brow bone, as well as this little part of my nose, the tip of my nose. And then finally, with just a little bit on my hand, I'm just gonna tap it over the lid. Okay, and finally for lashes, I love a long, wispy lash. These are Ardell 863. Okay, let me show you guys my trick on how I get lashes that stay all day, don't lift up on the corners, and they apply really, really easily. So first, I'm just applying some Kiss Strip Lash to the band of the eyelash. We're gonna set that down to dry, and then we're gonna take a little bit of this eyelash glue and just trace where we're going to apply our lash. For me, I apply the corners of my lashes up a little bit to give me that lifted effect. So I'll probably apply the lash glue like right there, and then on the lash line for the rest of the lash. Okay, and when you go to apply the lash, it will stick together like a magnet, making for a really easy application. Come on, that took me 3 seconds. And I'll show you with this one as well. See how that's gripping onto the lash line? Love. And boom, 2 beautifully applied eyelashes. And then after that lovely, beautiful lash application, just go in with some mascara to blend the lashes together. And of course, the bottom lashes as well. Okay, at this point, you should really be starting to feel your puss. Like, the look is coming together. Okay, this is really the last step in the makeup routine. I feel like I always have something else to add, but we have to do some overlined lips because it's me, and that's obligatory. So this is the Trixie Cosmetics Gel Liner in HR Honey. And I'm gonna overline the top of my lips, but keep it on my lip line for the rest of it. And then for the bottom lip, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm bringing some of that color onto the sides of the lips as well. And then we're gonna set the lip liner. Apply it one more time. And then we're going in with a lipstick. This is Lawless Beauty lipstick in Tropic. And then we're gonna blot it. And then go in with our lip gloss. This is my favorite plumping lip gloss. Maybelline Max Lip Plus Chili Pepper. This stuff burns. This stuff burns, not gonna lie. Like, I can't kiss my boyfriend whatever I do when I put this on. And you can actually, like, taste the chili pepper when you wear it. It's kind of yucky, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it does the job. Finally, just gonna set it one more time. And that is our face, so let's move on to the hair. Okay, to get the perfect emo hair, you're gonna need an emo haircut. I did mine myself in my bathroom a couple weeks ago at 1 in the morning with kitchen scissors, and I honestly love how it turned out. Like, you can't really see right now, but you will be able to in a second. And the more fucked up it comes out, the better, honestly. Okay, we need heat protectant first because first we are just going to straighten the hell out of my hair. Alright, I'm going to separate my hair into 2 sections. And then with my brush, I'm going to help guide the straightener, and that will leave for like a perfect straighten. I'm like growing out my baby bangs right now, and it's kind of an atrocity. It makes it so hard to do my hair sometimes. Okay, my hair's all straightened now, and as you can see, I have about 3 hairs on my head. Like, I have very thin hair, so I'm going to use one just really thick weft of clip-in extensions to the very back of my hair. So I'm sectioning it off to where there's only a very little bit of hair left. And I'm just teasing this up so that the hair extensions have something to grip to. I'm also adding a little bit of Big Sexy Hair powder play. Oh god, it came off. This is a texturizing powder that will help just, again, create texture in your hair and help these kind of grip onto the back of the head. Okay, and then when you let the hair down before teasing, this is what it should look like. Okay, now to really floof it up, give it some volume, we're gonna go back in with this Big Sexy Hair powder play and just literally dunk it all over my head. We're gonna work it in and then we can start teasing it up. So starting with the very back little peak right here, we're just gonna take a teasing comb and start teasing it. And you're just going to go down in small sections, kind of like you're dyeing your hair. And again, just work your way down. I'm gonna tease this part where the bangs come in, but like the other way, so it falls towards my face. And look at that volume compared to this side, like, that's crazy. I'm gonna do the literal same exact thing to this side. I'm like trying to get it in the frame, my hair is too big. Like, look at that, gorge, love it. And also make sure you get the back. I'm just re-straightening a couple pieces that need a little bit of extra help. Finally, I'm just gonna add a little extra texture powder. Finish it off with a little bit of hairspray. Okay, I'm gonna get out of my jammies and I'll be back at the final look. Okay gals, here's the final look. This look lately has made me feel powerful in a way that's like, I've never felt more like myself than when I look in the mirror right now. But yes, I hope you guys had fun watching this little transformation. Let me know if you want more makeup tutorials in the future, or just let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me next, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys.